bit left of field, but in terms of, I would like to see a really odd and uncharacteristic video game for Dragon Ball set in the demon world, because I think there is like, maybe not so much just yet, but there is this weird sense of like a really cool and fun MMO that I get from it. Like all the different little places they go. After seeing Vegeta fight in this nightclub, I was like, I want to go to this nightclub. I want to go to that dingy bar. I want to go buy some, like, I want to go to the lady that sells you the fusion bugs.
We're only in World 3, bro.
That's crazy. What I mean. But that's kind of what I mean. Like, is that something that would interest you guys as Dragon Ball fans, having like this really, because Dragon Ball isn't known to having MMO style,
like no World of Warcraft type. Like Dragon Ball Online is the closest they got, right?
But not like lived in worlds like a Skyrim or a whatever the case may be, where you can go and interact with different, even like Cyberpunk, which, let's not go too deep into that, but that's what reminded me of when Vegeta was having his fight in that club after getting a tray of food or whatever it was. I was like, there's so many different like atmospheres to exist in already just in the third world. And like I said, we haven't even gone and sat down under a tree that's hatching Kais yet. You know what I mean? It's weird. I just got this sense. I was like, I'd love to have a game when this is all said and done and we've explored the world. Just call it Dragon Ball Demon World or something, and we can all just kind of play as Goku and explore the 3 realms and do whatever, or even create our own demon and have a bit of fun, or I don't know. I've
always wanted to be Majin Buu and we earn our way up. Like,
I've always wanted a big MMO like that, actually explorative MMO. But this has really kind of ignited that fire of desire again in me just after watching that. What do you guys reckon?
I'm all for it. I mean, shoot, anything Dragon Ball. Only Dragon Ball game I think I haven't liked in a long time was, well, I wasn't the biggest Fighters fan, but I enjoyed it when I was, enjoying it. But I was never interested in Breakers. I never played Breakers. But Rao, did you have any ideas of what they could do with a game like that? Or I guess I should just ask, does it interest you? Do you like games that are MMO based, or can you see Dragon Ball pulling something like that off?
I think all depends on the execution of it, because of course I'm not good at fighting games, because you guys have seen me, but barking is like, I can go for it, but I get beat up easily. But
y'all be ducking, man. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Y'all be ducking, man.
But like we seen this with like Project Multi. Y'all remember that? That game was pretty good. All mobile style kind of game. Yeah, so they can be able to, if they have a good proper execution of it, it could be pretty good. I've not seen like really good high hopes for Breakers. Sorry, Iron King, but like if we have they can be able to execute the game well. They can be able to properly give it the care that it needs. I feel like it could be pretty good to know.
But yeah, if I was answering that question you asked, do I think they could pull it off? The answer is no. As much as I want it, I don't think they'd pull it off. But if anything's given me hope, it's this series in general. They've decided to basically reset the status quo in terms of how they want to portray the series overall. And that's kind of what I meant by like bringing up this topic later, and after I was already speaking about that fight from last episode, is that they clearly have a team who has sat down and gone, well, how do we want people to perceive new Dragon Ball content? It's going to be a bit different from just the beat 'em up, big flashy battles and what people are used to. Whether that's good or bad in your own interpretation, I don't know. But I'd love it if the team sat down and gone, well, if we can be a little bit different but still true to the series with a TV show like we're doing, and a lot of people are very high on it. Maybe we can do the same thing with a game. Maybe we can make an open world game that we haven't really dipped our toe into before, and we can make it really artsy or a little bit, Breath of the Wild is, which was very different for the Zelda series at the time. So I reckon it would be really fun, but I don't trust the gaming division to pull it off, though I trust hopefully the Daima crew to maybe push for the right people to make it happen.
I like it. I like the idea of it. I'm just listening for this segment, man. You're definitely gonna have to clip this part of the conversation.
Will, yes.
I am fully open to whatever game. Like I said, the only one that I really was like I have no interest in so far was Breakers, but I'm fully interested in all the modern Dragon Ball games, and I think a game like that it would take so long to make, and I'm so open to just waiting, just chilling. As long as the game comes out good, man, I'm okay. Like right now, I love it to death. I'm telling you, I love it to death. I'm having so much fun, but Sparking Zero feels like it's in beta sometimes. Like it kills me the way people are able to abuse this thing. So if they
I have
just
a massive
make a healthy
idea
game,
I've had a long running idea for a Dragon Ball MMO, but it would take a whole lot of loosening of the shackles in terms of what they would allow us to play as, I guess. Like I've always had the idea of starting the story of an MMO back like when Kakarot is born, but have it be like a full what if game where Frieza doesn't destroy the Saiyan race and you make your own Saiyan, it's part of the Saiyan race, and you just explore with a team of Saiyans and you keep transforming and you keep customizing and keep exploring this universe, but like as a bit of a bandit kind of thing. And then, halfway through you revolt and you all take down Frieza, but all the Saiyans live, which means all of your characters live and you all get to keep exploring. Whether you go to Earth and train under Roshi, or you go to Namek and train under Nail, or whoever it might be, you could really explore the Dragon Ball universe in a way that's like not tied to the series, but still is. You can have Raditz as your partner and maybe have the option to fuse with another Saiyan and customize the fusion that you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it all. I mean, this is a really you've been waiting on this one.
I have.
I like all of it. I definitely. What would I say? Yeah, I guess I don't really have nothing. Like I said, I'm taking a back seat on this one. It seems like Rowd and I are just hearing you out here, letting you go ahead with this one. So I'm perfectly cool with that
they
one.
Need to hire
one
me.
thing you just said, your creative director would be tough, man. I need that. But one thing I like that you just said, just for Dragon Ball Daima, and it would be relative to the game, you're basically saying scale everything down, is we went from, Broly and MUI and Jiren and Blue Gogeta, like we got super over the top, right? Like Ultra Ego in the manga and things like that. And when we just step back, and now we're pre-Beerus and pre a lot of crazy hectic stuff, and it's still is just the purest form of Dragon Ball.
Well, we're back in the Buu
They
saga.
both can be the purest form of Dragon Ball, right? Like two things can be true. It doesn't have to be super buff dudes fighting each other, but at the same time, it can be that, right? This is all what Dragon Ball is. So I think it's really cool.
Well, I hope they embrace that that attitude of having everything at once that aren't connected. Like I've said before on this pod, like I don't care if this is part of the Dragon Ball Super universe or not. I don't necessarily want it to be even. So I hope that they can maybe realize that they can do Dragon Ball Super 2 and have Moro and Ultra Ego and all the rest, but then also have Dragon Ball Daima 2. You know what I mean? Like have Daima 2, because the biggest complaint when Daima kind of was announced and everything was the same people that, like you said, are criticizing Majin Kuu's design are the kind of people that's like, no, but everyone wanted the Moro arc, rah, rah, rah. It's like, okay, you wanted it, that's fine. I also want it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not closed off to things being a little bit more camp or a little bit more adventurous at the same time. Like both can be present, both can exist. And the Dragon Ball universe is one of many, like the X-Men, like the Terminator, like all these other franchises that deal with time travel. They're so fucked. They are so broken that you can have so many different branching timelines and everyone can enjoy what they like to enjoy as long as they just produce it and make it good. You know what I mean? They don't have to make it better than anything. They just have to make it good and you can enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a huge fan of Super, but I do like it. I'm liking this probably a little bit more, but I like both. So I still want to see Super 2 or whatever the case may be. So yeah.
All right. Well, shoot, I got none left. You guys have any closing thoughts? You guys?
Yeah. Just like Greg as well.
All right. Well, shoot. If you guys don't have anything, I guess I'll just leave it at, Y'all know who it is, man. It's the 8-Star Ball, man. Got 3 of us in here today. There's a couple more of us. I just wanted to say I appreciate our special guest stopping by today. Raud, where can they find you at? Social medias or things of that nature. I know you play a certain game. I think I mentioned it earlier. I just wanted you to, if you wanted to talk about that real quick, where they can get you at.
Dokkan Battle. No, just kidding. So yeah,
10th anniversary coming soon, man.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh shit, it is
so
too.
For anything regarding Dokkan, not only Greg and King do play Dokkan on their channels, but I do keep up with Dokkan stuff. Also, social medias, you guys know Twitter and stuff like that. I'm over there as well. But yeah, I appreciate the time being given out for me. I appreciate being here talking about Daima and stuff. It's pretty cool to have it. So thank you.
All right, Greg, man. Let me throw you the lob real quick. Where can they find you at, man? Well, let me
comment section. Just hit me in the comment section. Even tag me. I might be more likely to see it, I guess, if it's on someone else's channel. But other socials, I'm pretty inactive at the moment. It's smack bang in the middle of summer, which for my real job it means that I'm flat out and exhausted most of the time. And then when we record and we lose the audio, that really kicks my enthusiasm in the guts. But I'm more than happy to talk all theories. I mean, as you probably heard back on this episode, there's plenty of theories and plenty of headcanons and trains of thoughts that I like to go down. So if anyone's got anything wild, you don't have to go as wild as King and his Saiyan theory, but certainly if you've got anything left of field, let me know.
Y'all gonna find out, man. I'm running victory laps across every pod episode after we find out. I promise. But yeah, okay, all right, everybody, man. It is the Further Beyond podcast, episode number 9, with special guest, Mr. Raud Kun. It is the Young King Hitman and Mr. Greg Daw. We are off this.